it's me, Bootleg Lieutenant Corbus, and just wanted to say that I'm really surprised by all the positive feedback I've gotten on me and my content. So that's really chill, and I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna continue making videos and updating as frequently as possible. But since school has started, it's gonna be a little slower than it usually is, but I have enough time, I'd like to think. I wanted to give a huge thank you to Fader. He was really kind in even mentioning me. I told him he didn't have to, but he did it anyways. So yeah, thanks a lot. So I'm gonna tell you about TikTok. You're probably asking, what's TikTok? Well, okay, I'm gonna be honest, you're probably not asking that. It's the same thing as Musical.ly. The premise of the app was to lip sync, dance, cosplay, so on and so forth. Anything among the app, anything along those lines was included. So think about Vine, but shittier. The only thing that changed about the application was probably the color scheme and the name of it. So I'm going to give you a brief history lesson on Musical.ly. Musical.ly was originally created by Alex Xu and Lu Yu Yang. And Musical.ly was never meant to be Musical.ly. Musical.ly was going to be an education app meant for self-learning. But, of course, the application flopped due to it not being engaging enough. So then, with the little money they had, instead of living in their mom's basement, they invested into making Musical.ly. This was only because the two friends shifted their focus to the entertainment industry, and their target audience wasn't too hard to please. I mean, come on. Back then, the main thing was prank channels and reaction channels, so making an application a hit wasn't that hard. So this shit blew up in 2015, and by the end of 2016, it was a cesspool. This thing had over 90 billion downloads worldwide. So yeah, I'm gonna skip over the fact that these two assholes tried milking this application for what it was worth back then when they created Lively. But nobody really talks about that, so forget about it.
Don't get it.
So you're probably thinking, why is Musical.ly called TikTok? Or why is it this? Why is it that? Well, let me tell you. The company who owned Musical.ly decided to be a sellout and become owned by this other company called ByteDance. And ByteDance technology has a huge platform in China, so they converted Musical.ly to suit their needs. So yeah, that's why Musical.ly is TikTok. Brief history lesson over, and I just wanted to see what all the hate was about. Every time I would see this application advertised, I would see some kind of hate for it. People would be just raging over it, and stuff like that just catches my attention. So I decided to download it. Now, after exploring this application, I found some interesting things. I'm not gonna touch Okay, that sounds wrong. I'm not gonna pull a Jared.
Remember Jared from Subway?
Yeah.
What I mean is I'm not going to talk about kids, because that's a subject that's been done to death, and it's like beating a dead horse at this point. I'm going to talk about the more adult side of TikTok. TikTok constantly advertises that cosplayers and teenagers are their focus audience, but that's just not the truth. Once you go onto the application, you will find that it's mainly adults having a midlife crisis, and Fortnite players, and as well as reaction profiles. Don't get me wrong, I don't support bullying and I don't support cringe culture, but I can understand why some people get bullied and others you'll just feel secondhand embarrassment for them. I mean, come on, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I found myself very indulged in the adults in this app, mainly because they all ranged between the ages of 30 to 50, so of course, me being me, I wondered, what are they doing on here? And I realized what all these people have in common is that they all mildly look dead inside. But of course, within this group, there was another group, and they were moms.
I'm looking for my friends. I'm looking for you.
The moms. They're an odd bunch. They can't seem to handle any of the comments that they get from actual teenagers and young kids using the app. They tend to post very sappy videos about bullying afterwards, as if they're kids and they can't handle it.
I'm sorry for disappointing you. It hurts me so bad.
Okay, but what do you expect when you're on an app meant for children, and children are ruthless and you're posting things like this? You're bound to get bullied.
I'm red like a diamond, so shine bright. One slice to the universe.
I find that quite funny. Mainly because an adult is supposed to be able to handle that kind of situation, but unfortunately, these women cannot.
He tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you. She tells him, your life ain't gonna be nothing like my life.
Another thing I noticed was these moms tend to post videos of them hugging their children with sappy music saying that they love them.
I ain't gonna make your oatmeal. I ain't your mama. I ain't gonna change your diaper. I ain't your mama. Wait a minute. I am your mom.
Of course, you're probably asking, how is that problematic? Well, let me tell you. This application is meant for 12 and up. It's not meant for mothers to show their toddlers or anything like that, because there could always be a Jared on the prowl. You just don't know. And I'm not going to assume your whole family is on Musical.ly waiting for you to post about your children. So I don't see the reason why they would be on there.
For XXX Tentacion has been shot apparently.
Then there's the bigger side of this adult trend happening on TikTok. It's the grown old men. Of course, I'm not saying adults can't have fun, but shit, dude.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
These grown men seem not to know the lyrics to any song.
Whoa, she's super cute. I should probably say something.
And, it's a little disturbing to see someone who could probably be my grandpa saying something like this.
Oh my god! I think I can fly.
I was wondering if they use this app because they're bored or lonely and wanted to make friends. Sadly, I was very, very mistaken. It was for other reasons. And of course, those other reasons are 18 plus, despite this app being 12 plus. Like, here's an example, him recording with a younger looking girl. Of course, with the common idiot who spends money on Fortnite and only plays that nowadays, it's very prevalent in this app. There's people on here doing Fortnite dances much like on YouTube and doing trendy things like that. What I don't understand is why they record their television while they're playing Fortnite and then, you know, put some kind of vine onto it, some kind of recording to make it seem funny. But at the end of the day, it just comes off as very dumb and low quality. And some of these people call themselves comedians. But I mean, I gotta give them credit where it's due. It's better synced than those old men that we talked about earlier. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't gonna talk about, you know, fetuses who are just trying to have fun on the app, because that's the purpose of it. But I couldn't help myself. She looks like she could be a future reaction channel, just kind of bobbing her head towards like certain funny things. Am I supposed to laugh? Am I supposed to find it entertaining? Personally, I am not amused.
You're with her now? Okay. I guess I'll just have to show you what you're missing.
She's not the only one I found doing. There's plenty of adults and other kids her age doing the exact same thing of staring into the camera and reacting to something by doing this. It's really not that hard to do. I mean, come on guys, put some effort into it. You know, you gotta push a little to get the shit out.
I guess I'll just have to show you what you're missing.
I just couldn't help myself. I was browsing through the depths of Musical.ly and then I found her. I was completely taken away by this beautiful creature.
Video game lover, we should with each other. I said, video game lover, we should with each other.
I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't play video games with her.
That's nasty.
So me being the asshole that I am, I went on her page and I love myself a badass queen, baby. Like, damn. But of course, I started scrolling through and looking up who she was, you know, who, what, when, where, how they ask you in English. And hell, I was in for a joyride. So the first thing I did was try to figure out her age, you know, just to see what I'm dealing with here. For all I know, it could be a 12-year-old. I was very wrong. When looking through her bio, I figured her Snapchat had the number 1994, and most people put their age at the end of their username, so she's either 23 or 24 years old depending on the month she was born on. And then I was like, okay, no problem. I start looking through her profile and realize that she's mega thirsty.
But
I could never be sick of you, that's why I'm dating you.
What a shame.
Some just want everything.
By mega thirsty, I mean she would constantly duet with a bunch of guys.
Duet. A pair or couple, especially one that is harmonious or elegant.
So she would do this, and she would do it with young guys, primarily. I'm not saying that she didn't collab with older men as well, but it was mainly young guys. The youngest that I found was probably a 16, 17-year-old that she decided to call baby, I love you, hearts, kisses, stuff like that. It was kind of weird. It really doesn't help that this woman says unsavory things because she kind of looks like a modern day feminist, one ready to tell you that women are oppressed and men are pigs, which is untrue, of course. I'm not going to say that this woman is Jared on the prowl looking for a young boy to fucking eat, but I'm saying it's a little shady, and I'm not going to judge her based on that, but I mean, who does that? Look, I don't have a stick up my ass or anything, and I'm not saying adults can't have fun. But when you're acting kind of weird or creepy and having mental breakdowns on an app meant for children, you need to reevaluate your life and think about how you got there in the first place. As for the application as a whole, I have no complaints. It's for kids, and kids are on there having fun, socializing, and making friends. That's what it's supposed to be. It is a social platform after all. The application has also gotten better at censoring things that might be shady or too vulgar for a child, which I can give it props for that. You definitely can't look up any numbers like I'm 12 in the hashtags or look up, I don't know, a bad word, because you just can't. It's censored. Me, I can't even find Crazy Bitch's profile anymore because they censored her. She's still on there, but I can't seem to find her on the app. I have to go to the literal website to be able to find her. Personally, I think the app is fucking stupid. It takes no effort and it's not something I would use. But then again, it's not meant for me and it's not my cup of tea. And if that's your crack and you love making TikTok videos, then you do you. But it doesn't mean I'm not gonna criticize you nor make fun of you for it.
That's all, folks.